now it's time for another edition of Redbeard Video's Mythology versus Reality NFL Playoff Edition. It's Wild Card Weekend, and this is where we pit the mythological creatures, or the mascots if you will, up against each other and see who wins that way. Our first matchup is the Browns versus the Texans. Now for the Browns, they can either be dogs because they play in the dog pound and that's kind of been their thing for decades, but lately I've been seeing this elven little leprechaunish thing on their field, so we're gonna go with the elven leprechaun guy, the little dude, versus the Texans, which is what? Just a regular 10-gallon hat Texas dude. So we're gonna go back to our NBA playoff edition when the Celtics went all the way with their little elven leprechaun guy. I have no choice but to pick the elven leprechaun guy here because honestly I don't want to fuck with the leprechaun guys. Our next matchup on the frozen tundra of Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it's expected to be negative 30 degrees, we have the Dolphins versus the Chiefs. Now, as borderline inappropriate the Chiefs are with their whole Native American motif, I'm gonna have to go with the Chiefs over the Dolphins here because I'm gonna guess that they probably would have eaten dolphins back before the days of dolphin safe tuna. So the Chiefs are gonna fillet the Dolphins.
Hey! Sorry, Charlie.
Next up, we have the Steelers and the Bills in Buffalo, where 4 feet of snow is expected with 65-mile-an-hour winds.
What blizzard? It's a couple of flakes.
My God, Mother Nature's pissed this weekend. Maybe that's the mythological creature who should win all these games because that's who's going to win. But we have the Steelers, who are steel workers from Pittsburgh. Pretty tough SOBs, if you ask me. I wouldn't want to mess with an old school steel worker from Pittsburgh. And then you got Buffaloes, because I don't know what a bill is.
Hello. I'm Bill Gates.
But I know Buffaloes are Buffalo's mascot. So you got big steelworkers versus Buffaloes. I think the big steelworkers are not only tough enough, but smart enough to take down some dumb big animal like a buffalo. The Packers and the Cowboys. Two generic mascots if there's ever been one. A Packer, I'm assuming, is someone who packs things? Maybe I'm not the brightest bulb in the box here, but I don't really know what else to make of a Packer. So I'm going to go with that. It's either going to be a guy who packs stuff or Todd Packer from The Office. Either way, I think Cowboys can take out Packers and definitely Todd Packer from The Office.
Excuse me?
Finally, a mythological battle that I can sink my teeth in. Rams versus Lions. Rams are those pesky little mother effers with the big horns on their heads, the curly horns, and they crash into each other. That shit's bananas. And then you have a lion who is king of the jungle. At some point, I think a lion who is king of the jungle is going to figure out how to get around those weird horns and take down the ram. So I'm going to go with the Lions on this one.
Oh, snap.
And finally, on Monday night, we got the Eagles at the Buccaneers, and Buccaneers are surly-ass pirates, whereas Eagles just kind of fly majestically. And sure, I'm sure they're the toughest birds in the bird kingdom, but I figure at some point, a pirate on a ship with some nets, maybe a big sword, or even a cannonball could take out the toughest eagle.
You cheated. Pirate.
Die, Eagle, die!
And there you have it. That's our mythological picks for this week. Wild Card Weekend in the NFL playoffs. Check back next week to see how we did and if I'm homeless. Because if you bet like me, you'll be broke by Tuesday.